Cue the music.
So our kids play cello, both of them, and we just realized today that they've been in school now for the past 3 weeks, and we're now into October, and this is the first time they're actually practicing their instrument. I really want to thank all of you for supporting us through purchasing our cookbook and for supporting us on Patreon, for leaving comments for us and interacting with us in the comments below on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram. It really is just so overwhelming that you guys take time out of your schedule to watch, to compose a comment,
Share
a bit of your lives with us.
and share the posts and videos with others.
Yes, and I'm just so thankful for each one of you. And what I realized today, or not just today, but for the last little while, I've been saying, I wish I had a copy of my own cookbook to refer to, because every now and then I'm making something from the cookbook, but I don't fully remember all the ingredients, and then I end up having to look it up.
But we have ordered more.
Yes, so I am looking forward to getting my copy of the cookbook. So today I'm making a recipe that I'm hoping will go into the next cookbook, and it is a family recipe. My mom made this a lot when we were younger, and she called it beef stew, but it's not stew-like in the sense that we are familiar with. Generally, beef stew to me, there's like a gravy, it's rich, it's filling, it's full of really deep flavors. And Mom's stew is...
the anti-beef stew.
It's not anti-beef because she has beef in it. But it is... I don't know if I can fully explain in English, because the word that comes to mind in Cantonese is ching, and that basically means it's kind of light and fresh and
Clear and clean.
Yeah. So that's what we're making today. I guess it's more like a beef and vegetable soup, but it's still very flavorful. And all she uses is salt and pepper and some ginger, which wouldn't normally go into... Oh, this is my piece of ginger here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, she uses a lot more ginger than I do. We're just going to use this little piece because that's all I have. The pot is going to be really full, but I'm going to do it anyways. As you can see, all of these ingredients, I'm going to Tetris it all in, and we're just going to add water, salt and pepper it, and let it rip.
Yeah.
That's probably not the right term, huh?
Just send it.
All right, I'm going to cut up my onion first. So one large onion, I'm just going to cut into big chunks. And I have 3 potatoes here, and I'm leaving the chunks big because Mom used to cook this over the stovetop, and she would just let it simmer all day long. And in order to get her meat to be tender, but the vegetables not, turning into mush, she would just leave the ingredients in very large chunks. So that's what I'm doing here as well. So that was 3 stalks of celery that I just cut into about 2-inch pieces. I've got these giant jumbo carrots, which I really, really like. They are sweeter than sweeter than regular carrots. Just gonna slice up the ginger into thin slices.
Minus your fingertip. Thank you very much.
And it was about a thumb size piece.
Pardon the pun.
I'm just gonna salt and pepper this part before I add the meat. And you can always salt afterwards, so don't worry about whether or not there's enough. So I just start off with 3 big pinches of salt. I'm gonna add my meat. I have 3 pounds of short rib, and Mom likes to use the one with the bone in, and I think that gives it more flavor. But I'm making it in the pressure cooker, so it's gonna be flavorful regardless. But I couldn't find it with the bone in today, so this is what we're getting.
You know what? But you routinely buy the boneless.
Well, normally because I buy it at Costco, and they don't have the bone in there. Yeah, so we don't add any of the things that make a beef stew rich, like butter. You know I love butter, and I would normally put butter in everything if I could. But here, I don't even use butter, no flour or cornstarch or wine or anything that adds those extra deep flavors, because that's not what we're going for here.
You get the beef, you get the vegetable.
Yes, and you get the full flavor of the beef. So again, I'm just starting with 3 pinches of salt and pepper. Okay. And now I'm going to add water until just cover. And I know that that's really full for the pot. Well, what I'm not going to do is quick release this one. We're gonna let it
So a natural release.
natural release.
What happens if you quick release that thing?
It will spew, I'm sure of it. But that was 6 cups of water so far. This is when I wish I had an 8-quart. All of my recipes are in the 6-quart Instant Pot because that's what I have. If it's super full like this and it's done cooking and you immediately go and quick release the pressure, it's gonna spew out the top. And I know that.
Okay, so you've been forewarned.
From my own experiences. So instead, what I'll do is just wait for the pressure to natural release.
And because this is the
problem.
smart model, Flo can monitor the pressure on
I can tell like how much pressure is in the pot. So if I've waited a certain amount of time and I want to quick release the rest, I just check the phone, make sure that the pressure level is okay, and then I release the rest. But if I make this early enough, it just sits in until dinner time. I'm just adding a little bit more water because I want some of this meat to be covered. That's it.
Are you sure?
I know I'm pushing it. Locking it into place, making sure the sealing knob is on sealing. And we are going to cook this on manual high for 35 minutes. And that's it. You know, normally I don't like recipes that you just throw everything into the pot and hit start. I like to layer the flavors, but really this one is really nostalgic to me. And I love the flavor of this one. We serve it with rice. My mom made a lot of soup when we grew up. I think it's just part of the Chinese culture. Every day there was a pot of soup, and it was always a clear soup. It wasn't like a soup that had lots of stuff in it that we had to eat. It was just a soup that we drank. And I think actually what it was is what everyone is raving about these days, bone broth. I mean, we grew up drinking bone broth every day.
Is it ready?
Yes, I believe so, but I am still going to slowly quick release it, just in case there is still some pressure in there. My app says that there's no pressure in there, but I don't trust it.
How long has it been sitting there on its own?
Now 32 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So it took 35 minutes to come to pressure because it was a completely full pot. It took 35 minutes to cook, and then I left it for about 30 minutes, but there's still pressure in there. So we're just gonna use a wooden spoon and lift it up a little bit and let the pressure slowly quick release is what I call it. The reason why I didn't trust the app was because my pot was so full. I knew it was gonna be, yeah, just too full to release the pressure quickly. All right, opening up the lid. See, super full. All right, are you guys ready for
The taste. I am likely gonna burn my mouth, my tongue, or just everything. The short rib.
Down on it.
Are you telling me how to use utensils, dude? Because
Yeah.
what? Every time you make this, it's got the same texture, consistently soft, and goes really well on rice. I can smell what little ginger you put in there. It's
Yeah, you can smell it.
yeah, you can smell it. The beef is nice and tender. Got that nice beefy flavor, and the broth is, yeah, that flavor really infused. I guess this is one of the strengths of the pressure cooker.
Like the ginger or the beef?
The ginger, I can feel it. I can taste the heat in it, and the beef is definitely in there. The carrot is soft. I can cut right through it with a spoon. Oh, hot. People,
Every single time.
if you waited until it was cool enough, this would be an hours-long video. You don't want that. And I tore it into the potato in the same fashion. Nice and soft.
Soft, but it still holds its...
Yeah, it's the shape and size that you had cut it originally. So it hasn't broken down, but it's nicely cooked in terms of the texture. The way I like it anyways. All goes together really well. So
Is it salty enough?
if there was no salt available, it would be fine with me, but I probably will add a little bit of salt.
Remember guys that it really helps the channel when you guys like and subscribe and share with your friends and leaving comments below. We love reading it and we appreciate when you share a little bit about yourselves with us. Thanks again to our patrons who support us on Patreon. With your support, we are able to create more and better content for all of you. Till next time, be simple, ordinary, and joyful.